Marina Rodriguez delivered in spades in her first UFC main event appearance on Saturday, defeating Michelle Waterson in a unanimous decision at UFC on ESPN 24 in Las Vegas. For Rodriguez, the fact that she was able to perform so well, give a consistent effort over the course of 5 rounds under the circumstances, rather remarkable. Took this fight on 11 days notice, had to go through a whole lot of quarantining, difficulties getting her paperwork done from Brazil, the travel, just everything involved with making this happen on such short notice. Barely any time for training, and she comes in and makes weight, gets the win. Of course, this was a women's flyweight fight. Both of these fighters, Waterson and Rodriguez, compete at strawweight typically, but because it was so short notice, they end up doing it at 125 pounds. I don't think that was a definitive factor by any means. I think the assets that won Rodriguez this fight, her strength, her size, her striking, was ultimately what would have happened regardless of weight class here. And I think this is a win that moves her forward in the strawweight division, which is getting ever more complicated and interesting as these fights go on. Of course, we don't know what is going to happen with the title next. Will Rose Namajunas rematch Zhang Weili? Will she fight someone else? I think that is going to have a big impact what the UFC decides to do with the champion in terms of how the rest of the divisional matchmaking plays out here. So I think if you are Rodriguez, you kind of wait to see what is booked there. Of course, if they offer you a great fight before then, you take it, but I think it's going to have a big impact there. But she mentioned names like Joanna and Jacek, who I think would be a great matchup for her, a potential title eliminator for both women. The winner of the fight between Yan Jiaonan and Carla Esparza, which is coming up very shortly here, would be a big fight in the division as well, and she could potentially fight the winner of that in a title eliminator. And then Mackenzie Dern is also hanging out there too, could be a potential opponent for Rodriguez as well. So I think it's really too hard to say exactly what's going to happen. I do think the Zhang Weili Rose Namajunas rematch will be what the UFC decides to go with next, which would leave Joanna and Jacek available. And if that is the case, Rodriguez should definitely be pitting for that fight after UFC on ESPN 24.